right, if you're just joining us, we decided to do something where our guys and gals could participate together to celebrate a Valentine's Day at home. Connie and I chose the one and only Wolfgang Puck automatic 8-quart rapid pressure cooker as one of our very best buys of the entire day, actually, on HSN. I decided to put on an apron because we're going to get down and dirty with this. I love this because I use my pressure cooker from Wolfgang all the time. It comes in black, it comes in red, and it comes in blue. And it's only $99.95. This is the #1 selling kitchen appliance from Wolfgang Puck of all time.
It's actually the #1 selling best thing in our cooking department, Bill.
I know. On top of it being Wolfgang's #1 seller, and it's on 5 flexible payments for $19.99 and free shipping tonight.
Think of that. Free shipping, under $20 to get it home. And the thing I love about it is, if you don't have time to make food, if you're going through a fast food restaurant because you don't have time, guess what? In the time that it takes you to roll up through a fast food restaurant, and for a whole lot less money, you can have a home-cooked meal. So now you can actually sit down at the table with your kids, have good, healthy food, food that's infused with flavors, food that you actually know what's in there as opposed to trusting the people at the fast food restaurants. Whole lot better for you, whole lot better for you to eat at home with your family, again, rather than eat on the run. And we've got to introduce everybody to our special guest.
We do. Marion Getz actually is the author of this book. She works in collaboration with Wolfgang. She was his baker. Come on in, Marion.
Hi.
She said she was going to take the day. She and her husband came in. Her husband works in the prep kitchen with her, and he's a great guy. And Marion, we love you for being here. She has authored a book, which we're going to put the item number for the recipe book at the bottom of the screen. Great recipes that will let you stay home and enjoy.
Okay, but this
life.
5 flex pays, they told me to remind everybody, 5 flex pays goes away after our show. We do have an event price for you, so $30 off, 5 flex pays, and free shipping. But Marion, this isn't what we think of as pressure cookers from the past.
No. The ones that were kind of loud and made all that noise, those were the kind that went on top of your stovetop. When you add an electric element to it where it controls that temperature, everything just gets quiet and perfect, and you don't have to babysit it. And that's when we've fallen in love. You know, America, we will pay great money for appliances that save us money because we want it all. We want to have great food, we want it to be healthy, and we want it to be fast and easy. And this is the secret. If you struggle with those things, this is your best secret. And this is what I love about it. I don't have to remember to buy food or meat and get it thawed. I can throw it in there completely frozen, and the coolest thing ever is that I don't have to adjust the time. And you just go about your recipe.
And Marion, there's a 90-minute analog timer. And Marion said that Wolfgang wants this timer on his machine because he wants it to be simple. He doesn't want you to sit down and look like you're programming a computer.
He doesn't have to put on his glasses.
And didn't you say that 90 minutes is really the maximum time you need to cook most things?
The only thing I know that's that long is brisket and corned beef. They're the toughest cut of beef that there is, or meat that there is. But this is how easy it is to throw together a lovely dinner that your family will enjoy. The ingredients go in, give it a stir, put the lid on, set the timer, walk away from it. So you notice I just added pasta without cooking it. That's what's so amazing about this appliance. It does all of that easily as if you'd boiled it on the stove. So stock, pasta sauce right out of the jar, frozen hamburger patties because that's what I had, but it could be the meat of your choice. And then you can add some herbs if you want to get fancy. We'll add a little bit of cheese at the end, a quick stir.
And you don't have to watch this and stir in between, right, Marion?
No. So our lid goes on, and this is how easy it is. Look what Wolfgang thought of. If you look right here, you're going to see a little white dot. You line that up with the open spot.
Oh, smart.
See? And then you're just going to give it a twist until that dot lines up with lock. How easy, right? Then in the back, you see vent and seal. There, it's set on vent. There's a little arrow. That's vent, means that's you're eating dinner. And then the opposite means it's sealed and it's going to build up pressure. For this recipe, we need 6 minutes, you guys.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Now, in most cases, you cannot order and go through and pay for your food in a drive-through in 6 minutes. But now, from frozen, it was like hamburger sickles that we took and threw in there. And now adding fresh tomato sauce, adding herbs, adding hard pasta. I mean, that is not cooked pasta. You're going to have the most incredible meal in 6 minutes as opposed to going through the drive-through and getting who knows what, stuff that's really not good for you. Plus, you get to sit down with your family and have a home-cooked meal. And right now in our studio, studio. It smells so good in here. I mean, you know how you love to eat at home with your family. I gotta let you know, though, we are getting so busy. We haven't even been through, scratch the surface on the presentation. You're getting recipes included along with this, too, because it couldn't be easier. You and I were talking about this, because I am not the world's best cook, but I want to be a healthier cook. Bill and I both are trying to watch what we eat, and this is a way to be a healthy cook, Marion.
And you know what? There are over 1,100 reviews on hsn.com, which brought it to over a 4-star, almost a 5-star rated item. If you read the reviews, it'll just blow your mind. Free shipping for our show, 5 flex payments. Marion's going to show you that if you want to make potatoes, you don't have to boil them for an hour on the stove, right?
Not at all. And the crazy thing about the pressure cooker, because it's in that sealed environment and that steam gets super heated, Bill, you don't even have to add a lot of water. Now, this is 5 pounds of russet potatoes. Normally, to do this on the stove, I would need to cover them with water. Let that come to a boil. And guess what? The water tastes nice and potatoey, but we're going to throw the water out. With the pressure cooker, it's the complete opposite. 5 pounds of potatoes that are peeled in here. 1/2 of a cup of water, you guys.
Wow.
And then 6 minutes. And this is how they come out.
Steam does all the cooking.
Oh my gosh, but under pressure, so they taste more potatoey.
Oh.
They have more nutrients, more of the good stuff, none of the bad.
Right, you're infusing those flavors back in with not as much butter, not as much oil, not as much seasoning, because you're not losing the flavors of the food.
Correct.
And by the way, the red that Marion is using for our beautiful mashed potatoes is selling the best. You know, when you think of saving somebody time, when you think of giving someone the opportunity to eat healthier, that's the ultimate Valentine's Day gift. Or you know, Valentine's Day, the restaurants are going to be packed. You're not going to get the service that you want. It's going to be crowded. If you want to be at home with your Valentine, but you want to cook a feast, but you don't want to spend all day doing it, this is the perfect way to do it. How long for our mashed potatoes?
6 little tiny minutes.
6
and
minutes.
It's so little water that it comes up to pressure very, very fast. But you know what? I love that you said that this is a great gift for Valentine's Day, Connie, because if you love someone that has a problem with needing more time, with needing better health, with needing to save money, this is the perfect gift for you to give to them because it solves all of those problems. We all have the same problems. We're busy. We want it to be better. This just makes it so easy. If you've fallen in love with a slow cooker in the past, this is like a slow cooker on steroids.
You know, Marion and Connie, I just want to show everyone once again that when you receive this, it's really so simple to use. Also, you have a non-stick vessel that goes inside.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah.
That you can wash. And then once you lock the lid and you're ready to cook, there's your recipe book that tells you exactly what to translate cooking time to in minutes. If you want to make rice, it's 1 for 1. So if you want to make, let's say, 5 cups of rice, 5 cups of water, 5 cups of rice. It's not 2.5 cups of water to a cup of rice the way you do traditionally. But it also cooks in 6 minutes.
I love that that pot comes out and it's nonstick and it goes in my dishwasher so easily. I love that it's got the measure marks inside so you know where the max line is, how much liquid to add. But this is my favorite part. It's a rotary dial timer. If you've fallen in love with those from kitchens, maybe even your grandma's day, that's all you do is turn that timer. But big cuts of meat, even if they're frozen, you don't adjust that time at all. The pressure cooker knows what to do with it. It'll cook it perfectly, and the best thing ever, once it's cooked, it goes to keep warm. Once that little red part on the lid pops up, it is under pressure and there is no getting into that lid. It's got redundant safety features built in, so you can't open that lid, so it makes it so safe and easy. It automatically goes from cook to keep warm. This is what you want in your kitchen if you're busy trying to get great food on the table. I adore this appliance. Everyone in America needs one of these.
What's inside this one?
You know what, I got to tell everybody, though, that red, again, if you want the red, I think everybody's thinking Valentine's Day, but we're going to show you more if you want to be a good cook. If you do, and I do, I want to be a good cook, but I'm not a good cook. Bill, what about you?
I'm a very good cook, but I don't cook that many dishes. So you become a very good cook when you cook like 8 dishes.
Well, and not only that, this makes you a good cook, because Marion was telling me last night, and I'm ordering this, because I have food allergies, and I have to be very careful with what I eat out in restaurants, so I want to start cooking myself.
You'll like this,
and
honey.
Bill and I
really like
are trying to eat healthier anyway. But the point is, Marion was telling me, she goes, Connie, as simple as throwing chicken in here with salt and pepper, it's still going to be amazing.
Connie, look at these ribs.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, 35 minutes versus 3 hours to make these ribs.
And not only that, they're much more tender.
And they're big, beefy, meaty beef ribs. But look, I can't even get it out of the cooker without it falling off the bone because it's so tender. That's what the pressure cooker is amazing at. It guarantees melt in the mouth, tender meat in less than an hour, except we talked about it being corned beef and brisket. Those are the only 2. But don't don't you wish on a cold night you were here with us having a delicious beef rib with luscious mashed potatoes that we made in minutes in our pressure cooker. And in this large size, you can make enough that you can cook once and eat twice. And that saves you so much money and time.
The time it costs you to, or less than the time it takes you to order a pizza and wait for that pizza to arrive, you're eating yummy ribs.
So many of you are up north in the freezing cold, and you want to maybe not get out for Valentine's Day this year. You want to do it at home. We thought this would be very clever because you could cook together. Take your little recipe book from Wolfgang or Marion's recipe book, Simply the Best Pressure Cooker Recipes. It'll give you so many different gourmet meals that you can make that are cozy, comfort meals. Oh my gosh, what is that, brisket?
These are smothered pork chops.
Oh my.
It's one of those
I know Bill's gonna be eating.
It's so inexpensive.
She knows I love pork chops. Oh, look at
to buy pork like this. But this is what happens.
gosh.
You can't even get it out of here
Okay, Mary,
in 25 minutes.
You've got to help me make this. How do we make this?
Okay, take pork chops from the store, roll them in seasoned flour. What seasoned flours? Flour, salt, and pepper. Put them in the cooker, and you're going to add stock. I usually add chicken stock, salt, and pepper. They are and lots of onions.
Look at this.
Fall apart. Fork tender. This is what the pressure cooker does for you. Fall apart tender meat in under an hour, and you can make this on busy days. Because the pressure cooker does all the babysitting. Yum, right? Yum.
And let's see, that again was how many minutes?
This was 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
In my oven, it would be hours.
And not only that, but when you put pork chops in the oven, they come out like shoe leather.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And because you're infusing and you're in a sealed environment, less salt, less spices. Spices are expensive, and my doctor's always yelling at me about less salt. So if that rings a bell with you, this is how you need to be cooking. And this is what Wolfgang would tell you if he was standing here. He wouldn't care that this is 2/3 faster in the time, 2/3 less energy used because of the way that it cooks. He wouldn't care. That's not enough for him. It has to be delicious. But here's what he would tell you. 2/3 faster, 2/3 less energy, 100% more delicious.
Yum, yum, yum.
Doesn't it sound good?
Okay, here's the only thing. I've got to tell everybody we have 5 minutes left to shop, so if you're sitting there and thinking about it, come on in on this because you're going to make those healthier meals. You're going to make those fast meals. Things that used to take you 3 hours going to take you 30 minutes. So now when you get home, all you're going to do is drop in frozen meat. It could be a chicken popsicle. You drop it in there, and within minutes, it's going to be the most delicious, tender, yummy, moist chicken. Or if you're doing pasta, dry pasta, and in a matter of minutes, you're going to have the best macaroni and cheese. And so it's easy. It saves you time. It saves you money. You're cooking better, and you're getting more flavor. And today, we took $30 off, plus we're doing free shipping on it, and that FlexPay goes away at the end of our show. You will not see that under $20 FlexPay again.
The perfect chaser for pork chops.
I wanted to get to we'll come to this one.
Yeah, we got to get to mine.
But I want to get to this one because, you know what, if you do have someone that you love that is struggling with needing no salt, maybe they're diabetic, maybe they're allergic to a lot of things.
That's me.
It is so wonderful to cook this way. Why? Because the food is so delicious, your whole family will love it. You won't be trying to make 2 different things for your family. One type of food will make everyone happy because of that infusion. And I've got these wrapped. I didn't want anything to get on those, Connie.
Mary takes care of me because she knows I'm allergic to everything but air.
Oh, but you know what? It's so easy to take the things that you can eat and turn them into something delicious when we cook this way. But look at this pot roast. This is pot roast with simply onions, garlic, and potatoes.
Oh, look at that.
But watch. You can hardly get it out of here.
I can't wait.
Because it's so fall apart tender.
Look how tender.
And you know how long this took?
How long?
35 minutes. In my oven, it would be at least 3 hours. In Wolfgang's oven in his fancy restaurant, it would be at least that long. But don't you wish you could be here with us enjoying this?
Gosh.
You can cut it with a pair of tongs. Look.
Okay.
It's so good.
When I tell you, this
look at the potatoes.
Beyond yummy. And then have some tomorrow on a sandwich. Have
right?
something. Oh, my.
Think of taking this for leftovers tomorrow. You will fight over the leftovers. They're that good.
I need to take it for leftovers tonight. I'm boxing up some of this. This is the way we want to eat. This is what makes us feel warm. This is what you think of when you think of home cooking, right?
That is
And Mary, let me
delish.
ask you a question. Can we use a lesser cut of meat because we're putting in the pressure cooker?
It's really what it excels at because it's so great at making the tougher cuts more tender, and that is a money saver. The expensive cuts, oh my gosh, they can cost so much nowadays. It's prohibitive to buy them. But you know, cooking this way is so chic now. People are using pressure cookers in droves. They are taking America by storm.
She had me cook a turkey because she likes roasted turkey. But she didn't have to roast a turkey, so I roasted a turkey.
Look at this.
Did it come out good?
It was was
It was
good,
good.
yeah.
Thanksgiving, she came over with her son. We had the best turkey. Listen, if you want this pressure cooker, I'm going to tell you, I make a corned beef a month. I probably make rice in it once a week. I use